Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode. We didn't do this last season due to the fact of me thinking I was about to die with my cold, and I was sick as well. So things didn't go very well for me last season, but this season is done. You guys know exactly what's happened. You guys know exactly where we've been, and but we're going in more depth now. So we're going to sit down with Bobby, explain to things of what happened over the course of the season. We're going to have a conversation, and then we're going to plan for the new season. So if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because we I don't want to say where. Yeah, you guys know where we are. Bobby, how are you doing? And before we get into this video, but we are in the video, but before we get into showing you exactly where we are, give me your thoughts. You know where we finished last season because I sent you a message.
Yeah.
I sent you all the screenshots and everything of last season. And then you gave me an ultimatum after that saying if we do not get promoted, then I have to sell two of my best players or two of the highest performing players throughout the season. With that being said, where do you think we finished?
With that being said, I have a funny feeling we're selling a couple of players, unfortunately. I can tell by the messages, by the frustration through the season, by the emergency alerts you were throwing out. We didn't do so hot this season, did we?
So every year we've been in the championship now 3 years. Every year we have gotten into the playoffs. At the start of the season, I said I needed redemption in the playoffs. So let me just. Yep. Here it is. It should be coming up on the screen now. There we go. Yes, we finished in the playoffs and still didn't get promoted.
Oh, okay. Well, at least we made the playoffs. You had me fearing it was a lot lower than that.
At one point, we were bottom. The first 6 games of the season, 7 games of the season, we were bottom. God, it was the angle. We didn't change the formation. We stayed the same. I'm keeping to this formation because I'm going to get this right. I'm going to get this right at some point. But yeah, you can see here, if I can zoom in, if it will let me zoom in. How far do I want to go? Let's go over here and let's have a look at in the top 10. If my computer allows me to do that. Here we go. So as you can see, at one point we were really struggling. The first 10 losses happened. I think it was the first 6 games of the season. We had 3 defeats and 2 draws and 1 win. And I had to change things around. Sunderland getting into the top 6 is something that I wanted as well with Middlesbrough because that would have been the northeast, bar Newcastle all being there. Leicester convincingly won the league with 101 points. Wolves got second with 91. And then we played Stoke. I'll go through to the playoffs. So if you don't know, people at home, if you're watching this the first time, we played Stoke in the playoff semi-finals, and we went 2-1 down after the first leg, and then it was 2-1 to us, and it was about to go. We were about to be knocked out to a throw-in in the 94th minute where Mbenge launched the fucker in and flicked on and went in, and we won and got to the playoff final, which then was the worst playoff final in history. You'll see it here as well. We got one of the top goal scorers, top 3 top goal scorers in Popovic. He's staying. You said highest performing, and I went for across the whole board, and I wasn't going to lose this man. So I found a loophole and I kept it. Suedo as well. He kept 17 clean sheets.
Damn. That's impressive.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
When? He was on loan from Tottenham for the season. So this is how the playoff final happened. We got to the playoff final and we lost in the 84th minute. We were dominating this. Eight shots, 4 on target. We had a better XG than them, a better possession than them, and we just could not get over the line. Some of the transfers we made as well. Kelvin Phillips, Manchester City, Leeds United, central defensive, 34 years of age, come into our team and transformed it in January. We were so good in that midfield position on loan, but then got a straight red card the game before the playoffs and was suspended throughout the playoffs, which hurt my soul. But fun fact as well, I'm just going to say this, every time we've lost to a team in the playoffs, they've got promoted.
Okay, so we're only
Except
getting beat
us.
by the ones that are actually moving up. I mean, if you have to take the silver lining from this thing.
I'm sick of the playoffs, Bobby. I'm sick of them. I can't get this right.
Already,
I'll explain. I'll explain more. So, you guys know at home that I made the decision that Campos was the best left back we have ever had in our lives. Most chances created, most assists. He has been sold for a lot of money. I've already done the transfer window. I'm going to hold my hands up already. I've already told Bobby this. I've done the transfer window already. There are 2 players. One is the highest ever player we've brought for, and one player I cannot believe we got on a free transfer. Not going to lie, might have broke the rules slightly. I might have got involved in both of those transfers. I might have been the one that did it all. But the rest of them was done by Bobby and the backroom staff as well. So, yes. Going into the next one. So, this is how our finances look like at the end of the season. We have a transfer budget of £37 million.
Damn.
And I can confidently say we spent most of that.
I had a feeling.
I'll explain it in tomorrow's video, so make sure you're here with that. This is Wednesday when this goes out now because of the playoff semi-finals and finals happen on Monday and Tuesday. So this is Wednesday. So tomorrow's episode will be Thursday, and you will be able to check that out. So yeah, Bobby, we lost money last season. We got £18 million with the amount of money we sold players. Tell you what, we're doing quite well financially, aren't we?
It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Could be worse for a team that's
not
sitting here in the championship right now.
So this is the so much worse. So as you can see here, this is the overall view of the club. We really need to sort that top bit up. Need massively. But here we are, 7 years in charge now. Of this will be the 8th season that we will be in charge of going into it next season of South Shields. There are some fun facts coming up in a minute. And I tell you, they are fun facts. Yeah. So under 18s, this is what we haven't done before, and I thought it'd be nice to include Bobby in this as well as everyone at home. We've been building, as you can see as well. The under 18's done a fabulous job. Look at the teams we are around as well. This is a championship. I call it the championship division, where you get some of the championship clubs in there. But being in Division 2 with no budget and relying solely on youth recruitment that we're getting through every single year, to be 4th and being just goal difference away from being in the top 2 to be qualifying to go to Division 1. Just mental. I can't even tell you who our under 18s manager is. I think it might be a former player. Oh. I've done something I probably shouldn't have, but I've done it. Lewis Wing, if you don't know in real life, plays for Reading FC. My team, my beloved home team, one of the greatest midfielders in the world. Underrated midfielder, and I'm not just saying that because he's a Reading player. He also played for South Shield since we were in League One. And he's been with us ever since we got up. I released him at the end of the season, but then I looked at him and he was considering retirement, which I wasn't allowing that, which I allowed it. But then I offered him a job. He's now the under-18s assistant manager.
Okay.
He has terrible stats, but I can't let him go. So he will be staying with us from that. So this is the under-21s. Our first season as an we've got the under-21s, our very first season having it, and we've won the league. We won Division 4.
Damn.
You have to start at the bottom and work your way up. Very first season, Division 4 champions.
Awesome.
Right. Next up, we've got fun facts coming into the new season. These are the fun facts for you. We have the second youngest squad in the championship, average age. Average age, we're second. First place is MK Dons, who are ranked bottom, who are season preview to be instantly relegated by a mile. We are the longest reigning manager in all of the top 5 divisions. You could go down to the Vanarama National League North and South. We are still the top longest reigning manager out of all of those divisions as well. 7 years in charge, going into our 8th season. And the preview, because of the signings we've made, have now said next season we are going to be 8th, which is the highest we've ever been predicted being in the championship.
Okay. Nice.
Now, people at home, you can realize why I did the transfer window. I was like, I'm getting out of this league. So that is a fun fact. It's a good fact. Now we're going to look at some stats and some finances. So this is my wage at the top here. I'm currently, I think I haven't really looked this through, but I'm not even in the top 10 highest paid managers in the championship. Just going to say that now. Even with that wage, I'm taking home after tax $8,000 a week. I'm still not complaining with that either. This is by Money Months and Stats. He has exclusive territory over Canada and England. That's where he loves to trade and scout the knowledge he has. He prefers a 4-4-2, apparently, according to this. I didn't even set that. Anyway, yeah. And you currently are getting paid $2,000 a week, and you just signed it, and you're just getting signed, and you just signed a new deal. I found that hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, you know. I get a paycheck. That's all that matters.
You're getting money.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're living, and I've decided as well, we're living in a flat together.
Fair enough. The club needs the gas more than we do.
Exactly. So I've decided that in my brain, me and you have got a flat share. Now we're saving up for a house that we're going to share together because now I earn the bread for that. So that's a fun little thing that's playing in my mind and not too creepy at all. So going next, we're going to look at. So here is the stats. This is the one that I would like. This is the one that we're going to look at. I've blurred out a name because that is now the highest paid player, and he's just come in. So I blurred that out. So we've been at this job, and we've been here for 2,588 days at South Shields with their manager. We've won 14 awards. I've earned £700,000 since being here. I've gone on holiday because I skipped through games so much. We've brought, so this is the stat I think Bobby's going to love, by the way. This is where Bobby's little brain will go really happy with this. Okay, so here we go. I need to make it smaller a little bit. Hold on. There we go. So over here, you'll see we have brought in 90 players, and we have paid £68 million since the time we've been here. We have sold 52 players. I brought 90. Oh yeah, lots of free transfers. I realised I went friend. Oh, and the under 18s and 20. I understand now. We sold 52 players for a transfer value altogether of 164 million.
Nice.
Now, that is a profit and a half, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I've also just realised that I've just done a spoiler for next episode because I didn't blur it. But fuck it. This is the highest rated player we spent for 12 million. You can't see the name, but as you know, Kubid Jurek was a free transfer we got last season. He was the highest rated player we had this year. he was sold for £22 million this season. So we had him a year. He come with us and sold for 22 million. That's just ridiculous. We've spent nearly £1 million on agents. I hate that. And a number of players released was 3. I think that's just this season. Anyway, but we're gonna go and have a look. I hate. Why does this do this? We're gonna look at some more of the stats as well. This is just not working. Thank you. So here's the stats. Since we've taken in charge, we have done a career of 312 games in charge of South Shields, winning 195 of them, 63 clean sheets, and lost 54 games. We've scored 619 goals. Great name. Oh, we are Rey Mysterio of the South Shields.
619.
Clocked. Exactly. We conceded 300 goals with a plus 390. We have a win percentage of 62%. We've won 1 cup in our time, 3 league titles, 4 promotions, 0 relegations. Now, Bobby, looking at all of this stats here and everything that we've got here, what is the standout for you and what are you most impressed about? Or what is the negative as well on top of that for those stats?
The positive clearly is the fact that considering where the club was when we took over in the first place, that we have a 62% win rate, that those stats are where they are. We've scored the goals. We've made profit. I'm happy with all that. The only negative at the club, in my opinion, right now is us lingering in the championship. And that's what we need to get out of. That is our ultimate goal right now, is to get to the Premier League. And we want to do it sooner rather than later.
The championship is kicking my ass.
It is tough. It is tough.
You know, they always say it's the hardest league in the world. And I'm like, yeah, right. And I was thinking back to this, right? I did a Reading save in this game. And it took me 3 attempts to get out of the championship that go as well. 2 attempts. 2 or 3 attempts to get out of the championship with that as well. And then we won the league. And then we broke the points that season. So, but here is a little preview for the transfers that are coming. First up is the free transfer, if I'm right. I need to try and remember. Yes, here is the free transfer. There's hints all over the pitch of who this potentially could be. But if you look down here, it was an Arsenal player. He is a midfielder, which I'm now turning into a left back. How do I hint this without giving this away? He's currently in real life playing left back for Arsenal. Anyway, he signed. And at the age of 23, I was like, you're here forever. And after losing Campos, I decided that this was going to happen. So you will find out exactly who this player is tomorrow. And now we're going to look at the player that we spent the most amount of money on ever. £12 million. Sounds ridiculous that the most money we've ever spent on a player is 12 million, but I'm a stingy bastard. So 12 million is for this player. You can see his face because he's a regen. He's Brazilian. We've just bought him from Palmeiras from Brazil. He's a centre back. And I just want to point 2 things out. Headering. And also, he's got great decisions. And he's natural fitness. And he can jump. And he's aggressive. And he's got determination.
So he's going to be a beast.
And I love... by the way, he is tipped by our scouts to be a... What did they put it? Top-class Premier League player.
Perfect. I like it.
I love release clauses in Brazilian clubs. I love them because I would never have got him anywhere else. Yes, release clause was triggered. You don't know who he is. He is starting for the club as well. But yeah, Yes, Bobby, I want to get your thoughts overall. Yeah, my mouth was just did not want to function just then. I want to get your thoughts on overall everything that we've just seen, the struggles that we're going through, and yeah, your overall thoughts.
Overall thoughts, we're getting there. We're going to get there. I have belief in it. It's been a long time fighting in this championship. I like the idea of these couple signings coming in. I think it's going the right direction. Now, I don't want to be handing out too harsh a punishment this time around. We are fighting for our lives. We need premiership promotion. If you get that, you can bump up everything that you said needs improvements by however much you feel fit to go into the Premier League with. If we don't make it, if we don't make it, then no improvements, period. That's just it. Nothing.
Okay.
No improvements. I'm taking it easy this time around because I want results, but I also don't want to hurt the club to the point where we're struggling to keep out of relegation spots.
I hate championship. I hate it. Yeah, so I've already said in the previous video after the playoff final that it's top 2 or top 3. Um, I can't do playoffs anymore because they're kicking my ass. Um, it is ridiculous. The teams that are relegated are going to be difficult to beat. Burnley's one of them because I know because I saw the message that Carlo Ancelotti's real life assistant, who is his brother, is now the new Burnley manager, which means that I have to go up against an Ancelotti again. Also, as well, I did put on here as well, forgot to put on here, we reached the semi final of the FA Cup as well, where we played Manchester City. We lost 2-0. There was 2 red cards, one on each side. Within 3 minutes. So Man City got a red card with Diaz, and then our left winger decided to scissor the shit out of their right back. And then we completely fell downhill after that. So cup competitions went well, but league performances, we had a horrid start of the year. Hull now going to the Premier League. One of the fun facts as well, Reading, who went through the playoffs last season, also got who were in the Premier League last year, have also stayed in the Premier League
Oh, good for
quite
them.
comfortably as well. So I'm a little bit happy for them, a little bit annoyed that I'm still not in the Premier League. But he's coming. Next season is going to be it. Bobby, you got any last words, any words of encouragement or anything you would like to say to not only the South Shields players, but the fans and the millions watching around the world? I wish they would.
Keep it up. Keep the encouragement going. Get those voices loud at the stadiums to encourage those players, and players feed off that energy, feed off that vibe, and listen to your damn manager because that's what's going to get us there.
I'm also very surprised I haven't even been considered to get sacked yet. Anyway, it's been a tough time. At one point, I literally walked away from the game for a day. And then the transfer window, and I was like, right, I'm smashing this. This is the transfer window that we need to smash. But we're gonna end it there. Thank you guys ever so much for watching and all the support that you've done during this series as well. It means the absolute world to me, and it also means the world to Bobby as well. Because if it wasn't for Bobby coming here and doing this with me, we don't know where we would be. Also, FM25 has been cancelled. The whole game will not be coming out now in March, which it was planned to be coming out. So now, once this series is done, I don't know what to do. So we'll come up with ideas and stuff like that later on in the future. But the most important thing is not only to get South Shields to the Premier League, but I'm going to add a little bit of a stipulation to it as well. We cannot finish this series until we've won the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League, and the Champions League. It doesn't have to be all in the same season. It doesn't have to be all.
We're going to be here a while.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to cover me until hopefully we find out what's going on. But with the love, with care, thank you guys ever so much. Tomorrow, I will be showing you the players that we've brought. I'm so excited. I've gone mad. And also, As well, I forgot to announce, as we're going to sign off, I'm going to say thank you ever so much to Bobby Munson for being here, because I'm going to leave you all on a cliffhanger. And yes, I signed them back